tuning in to National Sports Chat. You're now watching my take. So I had a question, man. Do y'all give Frank Martin a legit shot at beating Tank, or do y'all just think that this is more of a tune-up for Tank? Because this is really a good fight if you look at it on paper, because these two, they're both strong. They both come with power. They both um, undefeated. And so nobody has cracked the Da Vinci Code, for each other. So Frank Martin was initially supposed to fight Shakur Stevenson, but that didn't work out. I think Frank Martin was looking at the fact that Shakur Stevenson was trying to only give him 25%. And I think that he felt like he deserved like 50%. But just to ask the question, do y'all think that Frank Martin is too green, like Gervonta Davis said? He told him, Gervonta told Frank Martin that you was a hell of a fighter, but you messed up because you took the fight too soon. You should have waited. You're too green. And honestly, man, I definitely think that may play a role because Frank Martin hasn't been under the limelight. He hasn't been in the spotlight to where you know how he's going to take that pressure. That's an added pressure. When you on a big stage, basically you're succumbing to a lot of pressure. You got a lot of eyes on you, potentially millions, especially the fact that you fighting Gervonta Davis, which is a big draw. So I'm looking at Frank Martin, and I seen how he struggled in the last fight that he had. And I want to say if he had those same struggles versus Gervonta Davis, then it's going to be a short night for him. And both of these fighters can actually fight, which makes it intriguing. Um, Gervonta Davis said the hardest hitting person that he's been in the ring with was Rolly Romero, but I think that Frank Martin hit harder than Rolly Romero. So basically, man, it comes down to timing, it comes down to utilizing the jab, and it comes down to um and it comes down to heart. Because sometimes, man, even though you're the bigger fighter, sometimes, man, the other fighter that's smaller can fight as just as he was bigger than you. So it depends, man. It depends on how Frank Martin is coming out. If Frank Martin coming there timid, nervous, and allowing Gervonta Davis to steal rounds, and he has minimum to no activity because he's trying to avoid getting punched or knocked out, then he gonna have a long night. But if he able to utilize the jab, which his jab is longer than Gervonta Davis, he's taller than Gervonta Davis. It should be a long night for Davis because Frank Martin, keeping him at bay. But if he's not able to do that, man, it's gonna be a short night. And honestly, I can't pick against Gervonta Davis because he's already showing that he's proven at the highest level to beat a Ryan Garcia, and then see what Ryan Garcia was able to do under circumstances of cheating. But you saw that, Gervonta Davis, he's still a goods, even though I still want to see Gervonta Davis fight versus Devin Haney. I still want to see that fight. I think Devin Haney is going to bounce back. I think he's going to, continue to win. I definitely think that. But, I just think that, man, this dude, he took the fight too soon. Now it's different fighting Shakur Stevenson. Now it's different. Not saying that Gervonta Davis is better than Shakur Stevenson. I'm not saying that Shakur Stevenson is a step below Davis. What I'm saying is the pressure, the amount of eyes that's on you. Yes, there's going to be some people there. It's going to be, maybe a million or so watching, but it ain't what Gervonta type of pressure was going to bring. So to kind of get a taste of it first and then, move from that point would have been a better strategy. But when you look at how this dude, move, I don't know if he's ready for the moment. I don't know that. So therefore, we have to look at it and say, hey man, like this dude, he's good, but he ain't ready. He ain't ready for this pressure that's going to come with it. So Gervonta, man, he's saying that he sees a lot of scaredness within he see a lot of scaredness within Frank Martin's eyes. So it might be some truth to it, but who knows how he succumbed to pressure? That's the one thing that we gotta ask. Who knows that we gotta say? Who knows that how he succumbed to pressure? Because I think that he's a good fighter. I think he's a hell of a fighter. I think he actually has an advantage from the standpoint that his arms are longer, but can he utilize it? Does he have what it takes to utilize, all the tools that he have to keep Gervonta Davis off of him? Because if not, man, like I said, it's definitely gonna be a super early day, and it's just gonna be another notch under Gervonta Davis belt. But the one thing I don't like about Davis is that he was happy that he thought, that Ryan Garcia beat him easily. So like I'm not gonna say that I want to fight a fighter and then he lose. I want to be the one to beat that fighter. And that's why, I had a problem with what Gervonta Davis was saying, because it's almost like Ryan Garcia beating Devin Haney was a sense of relief for him because he didn't have to fight. But Davis he's a dog. He's definitely a dog. But I think that he feels that Devin Haney has something that will what kind of neutralizes him. What kind of neutralize him. So I don't think he want to fight. I think all of these new age of boxers, they all are scared to take a loss. And that's where I think that you got somebody like Devin Haney, where he's now become dangerous because uh, um, he already took a loss, or he already experienced what it's like to lose, and he already experienced what the backlash will be. He experienced what it will be like. So the fact that that was the case, I think he would be very dangerous for many fighters. He will be. I mean, it's up. But like some of the fighters said, though, they said with Devin Haney, the problem that they have is he took so much punishment that they don't know if he's going to be the same. So that's the only thing to remain to be seen, because I know he wanted to fight the Matias, he wanted to fight the the Lopez. I think he wanted to fight. I'm not gonna say Boots. We gonna stay away from Boots. We gonna stay away from Boots. Okay. I've seen that man got too much in his arsenal for Devin Haney. So I'm not gonna say, Devin Haney should fight Boots. Nah, that's just crazy. But they had some talk about it. They talked about Devin Haney fighting, Jerron in his Boots. But now we understand that that's just talk. Devin Haney needs to focus on trying to become undisputed. And not only that, man, I think Devin Haney is going to really bounce back really well, and he may not lose. He may not lose again. So, um, just moving forward, man, I definitely think that Devin Haney would do well. I think that him and Gervonta Davis need to fight, and also I think that Frank Martin has a really legit shot at actually beating Gervonta Davis. And if he don't, I mean that's just to be expected. But I don't think Davis is going to knock him out. I think that if he goes in, Frank Martin goes in with the game plan of countering, with the game plan of being too aggressive and not, go where his jab leads him to, meaning that if he, sticking with the jab and then taking whatever opening that he gets instead of trying to force it, he's gonna get knocked out. Now, but I don't think there's going to be a knockout. But I think that Frank Martin um, is I think he's a good fighter. I just don't know if he's that good. I don't know if he's ready at this moment. So let me know what y'all think, man. Definitely hit the subscribe button if y'all new. Do y'all think uh that Frank Martin has a legit shot at beating Gervonta Davis? Because like I said, man, Gervonta made me see things from a real perspective, which is you're too green. Like you only had 18 fights, and to fight somebody like me and to be on a stage that big this early, who knows whether or not he gonna go succumb to the pressure, to the fact that he just decline. He just fold. He don't want to be there. So, that's a strong possibility. I've seen it quite often. So, therefore, it may be a long night for him. But if he's able to do what I think and what I've been seeing, he has a legit shot at winning. But if not, we're gonna say that Gervonta Davis now has probably potentially has a better resume than Devin Haney, you know. But that's all I got for now, man. If y'all new to the channel, y'all like the content, definitely hit the subscribe button. That's all I